I hope you're ready to make some art with Velomizix's Indomitable Opus. As always, I'd like to say thank you to Channel Fireball for sponsoring this video. Also, at channelfireball.com, you can pick up Ultimate Crates once again. Ultimate Crates are a way to buy your cards and get some goodies, too. If you're interested in promo Soul Rings, Path to Exile, Lightning Bolt, Relic Tokens, and more, like some shiny lands, then you should check out the Ultimate Crates. They're available here for a variety of different sets and for the Strixhaven pre-constructed Commander decks. So you can get yourself an extra Soul Ring for your Commander fun time. Again, those are the Ultimate Crates at channelfireball.com. Hello everybody and welcome to Jank Tank. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing a deck that I found and changed a tiny bit from Magic.gg. So on Magic.gg, there are a selection of what they consider to be competitive lists, some of which are absolute jank. The qualification is that in the Platinum or Mythic queue, this deck list had to have gone 5-0, I believe is what they look for. So this deck must have done that at some point, or the original deck which I borrowed. I have no idea who the original creator of this deck is, but I want to say thank you to whoever they are. So what is going on in this deck? You probably see Velomachus Lorehold and Time Warp, and you're like, okay, I've seen something like that before. You've seen Mizzix Mastery and Magma Opus, but what makes this deck different from all other decks is Indomitable Creativity. Indomitable Creativity is a way to take those treasure tokens, which you're making from things like Magma Opus or Prismari Command, and turn them into Velomachus. There's only one target that you can get out of your deck with Indomitable Creativity. That's Velomachus Lorehold. You can also hit your opponent's creatures if you really need to, if so you're in a desperate situation. But really what this deck is doing is setting up to take near infinite turns and swing at your opponent, killing them with Velomachus. Mizzix Mastery allowing you to recast things from the graveyard, Magma Opus putting itself in the graveyard to be recast. There's a whole lot of fun going on, and a bunch of little board wipes to protect the combo. So maybe you didn't get your treasures, by the way. Indomitable Creativity has one more thing that it can turn into Velomachus in this deck, and it's actually dwarves. Whoever the genius was behind this deck was like, ah yes, if I put enough mountains in my deck, then the dwarven mind will occasionally make a dwarf, and I will have a sacrificable creature, and I love this. I love this deck. It has been a blast to play. I've been playing it both in ranked and unranked, and I would say, yeah, it is a ranked worthy deck in the best of 1 queue, so let's hop on in and you're gonna see it in action. We were just talking about Nightwing earlier on the stream. I was talking about my lack of experience with Batman characters. So this is a little bit of a rough hand, seeing as I don't have anything to discard and I don't have 3 lands. I still think it's worth keeping, though. And our opponent is playing something with bears. Well, they've got Professor of Zoomancy on there and a Jegantha the Wellspring. So all I can guess from that is that the cards in their deck have only single-colored pips in them? Is it mono red, maybe? Well, there's 2 red mana. I've definitely seen Jegantha Sacrifice before. It feels strange in a mono red deck to cut yourself off from cards like Torbran and Embercleave using Jegantha. Well, there is a Magma Opus. I can throw it in the graveyard, but unfortunately, I won't be able to recast it next turn unless I get a land. I did get stuck on 2 here. I do have a board wipe for all the creatures if I do manage to get to 3. And I might want to just use the treasure from the Magma Opus discard ability to wipe out these creatures so I just don't die to them. So here we go, it's time for Magma Opus, and because I did get a land, I'm actually going to be using Mizzix Mastery to recast Magma Opus from the graveyard. An excellent way for me to kill these 2. I'm going to split the damage evenly. I'll tap their lands. 1, 2, 3, 4. If they have a spell they cast right here, Soulscar Mage will be alive, but they don't. Now I have a 4/4 on the battlefield. I'm still at 14 life. I just drew a land. That feels great. And I've got another Magma Opus at the ready for the future. Bone Crusher Giants. Alright. I'll trade that with my elemental. I don't think it's worth using Anger of the Gods here. I can even discard this Magma Opus to guarantee time warping. I don't think I need to. Oh, Thermo Alchemist. Now I might actually want to go for that Anger of the Gods. You gonna swing in? You want to trade? Ooh, they don't want to trade. So I'm going to make a treasure token with this. I'm going to burn their face. All right, so we're going to go 2 damage, make some treasure. Delicious treasures. Oh, hi. Got another Mizzix Mastery there. And I'm going to just Anger of the Gods this turn. So I'm not going for the Time Warp yet. Even though I could. Because I'd rather do this. I also have the option there of dropping the Magma Opus and recasting it with Mizzix Mastery, just like I did before. Here's another Thermo Alchemist. Really, going for Magma... Going for a Thermo Alchemist over Gigantha. Interesting. Well, I'm going to take some extra turns. Reasoning. I can. What I want to do during these turns is hopefully get to 8 mana so I can cast an overloaded Mizzix Mastery. Right now I have 6 mana. Come on. Come on. Alright, I'm going to actually use up that treasure here. You're going to see what the Indomitable Creativity does. I love our first match. We get to do all of the silly stuff. Recast from the graveyard. Turn a treasure into a dragon. And have our opponent concede because they know they are done for because I'm going to be taking a lot of extra turns. Ooh, Inquisition of Kozilek. Pile Shuffle got black and white so far. Doing some hand hating. Getting rid of solve the equation. Ah, I think I have successfully bamboozled my opponent into thinking that I'm purely a combo deck. They also have to be careful because they know, like, discarding Magma Opus is good for me. And Yorion to their hand. Okie dokie. Well, I am ready for the Magma Opus into Mizzix Mastery here. Oh right, Inquisition could only hit this. I forgot that Inquisition of Kozilek can only hit things of mana value 3 or less. I was thinking of Duress being able to hit any of those. Yeah, we have these big expensive spells. Oh no, Elspeth's Nightmare, it's gonna exile my graveyard! Ah, I don't really care. It's fine. So I'm going to go ahead, cast the Mizzix Mastery, get the Magma Opus. I'll burn their face. I will tap their... Sure, you know what? I'm going to tap their Elspeth's Nightmare. Yeah, and I'll draw 2 cards. Whee! And I bet, just a guess, that Mizzix Mastery is going to be discarded from my hands. I mean, they could discard Magma Opus, but if they do, I'm just gonna recast it. I might recast it anyway. If I had a Storm card in this deck, I would go, like, Mizzix Mastery into Mizzix Mastery into Magma Opus. And they've got 3 mana here. Should probably save at least 1 Mizzix Mastery, though, right? I don't need it. Ooh. Looks like I'm not getting a choice in the matter. There's a Thoughtseize hitting the other Mizzix Mastery in my hand. Anger of the Gods, that is very not useful here. There's 5 mana available. I could go up to 6. That doesn't really do anything for me. 7 gets me Velomachus next turn, but I feel like my opponent's deck is going to have some instant speed removal. Things like Heartless Axe, Murderous Riders, whatever it may be. Or even some slower stuff. Because it's a Yorion deck, something like Elspeth Conquers Death wouldn't be out of the question. And wow, they shocked in there for an Oath of Gaia. So they take 2 damage. They're going to gain some life back. They're dealing 3 damage to the Elemental. You're going to follow up with a Lightning Helix, gaining another 3 life. But leaving themselves completely tapped out? I don't need to do that for Velomachus, so I won't. Shocking. And smashing. Comes Velomachus. Hopefully we're gonna hit some extra turns. Like, yep, there it is. Time warp. Boop. Get an extra turn. Maybe a chance to do it all again. Here we are. Alright, well, it's Prismari command. I will... yeah, it's not lethal. Drop two, make a treasure. Ah, look at that! A time warp! I'll drop the Steam Vents and the Anger of the Gods. Do our damage. And then a time warp again. In the words of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is another good win with our Velomachus. Sorry, our Velomizix's Indomitable Opus. We gotta say all parts of the deck, right? It's gonna be a little weird lining up the lands, but I can get Magma Opus on turn 4. If I get another basic land, we can do it on turn 3. I'm not sure why Time Warp is legal in Historic, but yes, it is legal in Historic. Up against Gigantha Mono Red again, and I believe this is a different opponent too. So I'm going to go with the... I'm not even going to try hiding. Every Inferno begins with a spark. Really. Will Kenrith doing math? I wonder if I know this person and I'm just forgetting their name. Oh, hey, Robert the Rich. Nice to see ya. A land? Okay, it's not exactly what I wanted. I should probably get some blue mana here, but then the Dwarven Mine comes in untapped, but that's fine. So, I'm gonna take a hit here. This is actually why you'll see me lining up mountains early in all these games. It's for the Dwarven Mines. Getting hit again for 3. But they don't get to steal from me. Sorry, Robber of the Rich. I don't have enough cards in hand. Burning me for 2 damage with the Pyromancer. And now for the Fabled Passage. And I will get that 3rd mountain so the Dwarven Mine comes in untapped. So I have that Magma Opus in the graveyard, and we're going to grab... Exile here. And I can choose 2 of these to kill for the most part. I think that killing the Robber of the Rich, the Pyromancer, and then dealing 1 damage to face works pretty well. I'll tap down your lands. They're already tapped. So 2, 1, and 1 damage. Beautiful. I got some Prismari commands too. And a treasure for any future shenanigans. Or just like ramping to Velomachus. I don't mind ramping to Velomachus. Ooh, another Pyromancer. Here comes the dwarf. And I could use my treasure for an extra turn. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to blast and... treasure? Treasure. Blast it, treasure. Definitely an argument could be made there for using that to instead filter my hand, drawing 2 and discarding 2, kind of faithless looting myself. But I really like to play Velomachus next turn. I think it would be fun. And I don't think I have that many turns left just because it's mono red. Feels like that. And the reason why I really wanted to take out the Pyromancer there, or the Soulscar Mage, is because its minus ability would be possibly shrinking my elemental, making it a worse blocker. Ah, it is now my turn! And I got this, I got this. I may as well use all these treasures up. I don't want to shock in against mono red. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swing them with everybody. Here we go! Time Warp! I don't mind swinging it with these because this can block. Just in case I didn't get a Time Warp, but I did, so it's fine. I got another one in hand. Pretty sure this is lethal. Who thought that Flying Vigilance Haste gets a free spell that gets you an extra turn was a good idea? Wizards, why you like this? So ready to emote. They hit me with one of those text emotes at the start of the game. There we go. Professor Onyx. Professor Onyx being like, you're gonna assault rope against me? Really? Come on. It's just an extra turn, or 2 or 3. Excellent. There's no longer a blocker. We get our second turn. And I'll go ahead and play that out. Magma Opus? What a cool card. Anyway, I'm going to attack. Let's go for... solve the equation. I'm gonna grab a Mizzix Mastery and throw it in hand. And... oh, Time Warp! I guess I could have also gone for, like, the Prismari command there for lethal. Like, right there. But the Velomachus is so much more fun! It's perfect! So far, on a win streak with this deck, nobody can deal with Velomachus in the Platinum queue. If you'd like to make this deck a little bit more resilient against some of the decks you might see after this recent League weekend, I think that counterspells of any sort are probably a good addition. You can definitely throw those into the deck. You don't lose much by adding things like Memory Lapse or maybe even replacing somebody's Brainstorms for big filtering with Mystical Dispute. That's a big one. Everybody likes Mystical Dispute, right? My big warning for building this deck in Arena is that, oh my goodness, does it use a lot of Mythic Rare Wild cards. Building it in paper is also really fun. You can get all of these cards. You don't need to use the fancy pants Japanese alt arts, but you should anyway. So there is an Indomitable Creativity. Definitely don't need 2 of those. I'm going to throw both of these back to get the Awakening. I only need 1 Indomitable Creativity. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to filter that off the top, except for Fabled Passage. Grab some of that good red mana. Chill with this Brainstorm. Don't think I'll need it. Neat. This looks like a Jeskai deck. Nice America sleeves. I will go ahead and play out Valakut Awakening as a land, as the Valakut Stoneforge. Bubblecon did not do anything that last turn, so my guess was holding a counterspell. Be a Prismari command here. That'd be rude. Destroying my treasure. Come on, land. Okay, didn't get the land, but here is a Mizzix Mastery. I'm going to try to recast my Magma Opus from the graveyard. I said graveyard there? You know what I meant. Oh my gosh, it resolves? Tap, tap. It resolved! Oh, how magnificent! And I even drew another Magma Opus. So I can line up a treasure for the Indomitable Creativity. Alright, the opponent is doing some expressive iteration. Going to look at 3 cards. Find 1 to exile, 1 to put in hand, and 1 to put back in the deck. And Fabled Passage, that'll let them shuffle whatever they put back into the deck. Oh, do they have to discard there for having too many cards? They did, and it was a land? How'd you end up with too many lands? I guess from the iteration. Oh. Not my problem. Let's party. I'm swinging for 4 here. And chill on my Prismari command. My intent is to make a treasure. Either from this or this. I do like the idea of burning my opponent for 2, though. Because it gets them down to dying in 2 hits from the elemental. Ooh, and there is a way for them to have a blocker. I'm gonna burn them for 2, get myself a treasure. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna make a human? Gonna make a Rachel. Gonna make Rachel sit in front of this big elemental. That's mean. Don't do that to Rachel. Rachel deserves better. Wait. It's gonna cost 4 mana. I'm gonna shock in that Steam Vents. So I'm holding up 3 mana here. I know it's only really 2 mana because I don't want to get rid of that. Okay, they memory lapsed it. That is fine with me. Because now they can't block. Yeah! I'll take a drink, too. Aw, they're gaining life. Disguise spells, why are you gonna do this to me? Hello there. May I please turn this treasure into a dragon? Apparently not. One sec. I'm just going to try to grab a land here so at least I can cast Magma Opus. Ah, a land. Ooh, Mizzix Mastery. Get out of here. I do not need these cards. Yeah, so now I have, ooh, I could cast Magma Opus from the hand, but I could put it in the graveyard for this! Cool Shark. I've been told that the opponent is definitely cheating by having multiple memory lapses in a row. Wrath of God. Sure. Alright. Magma Opus in the graveyard. Mizzix Mastery. I can overload it? What do I even have in the graveyard? That's not, like, super worth it to me. I'd rather just regular Mizzix Mastery here. In part because I may be able to Indomitable Creativity after. Whoop. Deal the damage. Tap the lands. Burn our opponent. And then, please, can I just please have the Indomitable Creativity? I think I can. Oh, I think I can. I think I can. I definitely can. Alright, good. Not sacrificing the one I'm targeting. In we go. Velomachus. Let's finish this. Love it. Excellent work. Good job all around. Will Velomachus carry me to victory once more? Will the mystery creator of this deck ever see this video and see their creation at work? I need them to know that what they made is beautiful and that I love it. Hello, opponent. Nice Llanowar Elf. Oh, they said hi twice. I wonder if they're just, like, really excited. I want to get another land so I can get a treasure here. Probably kill their elf. And then get Velomachus. Oh, is this Green Stompy? I don't think it's Flash. I don't know what's going on in here. These lands both come in tapped, but I have 4, so I am happy with anything. I'm just going to go ahead and do this while it's tapped. I'm going to deal 2 damage and get a treasure. Setting up for the Indomitable Creativity next turn. Oh, hey, Ronus. Is that 3 mountains? Mountain, 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 dwarf! I'm gonna turn my dwarf into a dragon. Yeah, nice! I don't need no stinking chump blockers. Let's see how many extra turns we can get. If I had something really good to throw on top of my deck with a Brainstorm, I would have done it there. So Mizzix Mastery right now can only get these spells. Not amazing. Solve the Equation pretty much puts some Mizzix Mastery or Time Warp in hand. And Prismari Command, it's the same as doing the Mizzix Mastery. I can set up for the future. I think I'm going to go with the command here. So I'm going to draw 2, discard 2, and create a treasure. Both me, please. Thanks. I'm going to throw back these lands into the graveyard. They're not going to do much for me. I still have a 5/5 in the air. Yes, they're going to have a bunch of beaters going on, but I don't feel terrible about that. I don't die next turn. Probably. They might have a way to kill this, though. Ram through or Primal Might would do it. Please don't, opponent. Please don't kill Velomachus. Just because he whiffed, he's still a good boy. Cool, it's just 9 damage. I don't mind 9 damage. The reason I'm not blocking Old Growth Troll is because of Ronus's activated ability, which would have ruined me. They have blue and green here. Ah, they are going for a fight. Cool, I don't have a way to stop that. Aw, and a Scooze. Scavenging Ooze would be good for removing those spells before I recast them from the grave. Right now, again, still not really good stuff to cast from the grave, so I'm going to Brainstorm. Ah! A thing to cast! This is also fine, but not really going to do anything for me here. I'm going to throw it back into the deck. I'm going to play out this. A Magma Opus. I don't think it saves me, though. Yeah, recasting it does not save me. Eh, who cares? I don't care. Bring me my opus! Yeah, I can't get rid of both the troll and the ooze here. So I'll just, like, deal damage. And I can't do this at instant speed because Mizzix Mastery is a sorcery. It's fine. Deal the 4 damage. Keep tapping those, even though they're already tapped. Get a 4/4. They can activate this twice, I think, if they get another land, because this this troll is going to help buff them. They have to activate it at least once. Ah, they did not. They did not activate it pre-combat, so Ronus can't attack here. And there are at least 2 creatures in graveyard. 1, 2. Oh, well, that will stall for me at the very least. They can make the troll next turn to attack with the Ronus. So I definitely have to do something now. I'm gonna take an extra turn. Going to deal 2. I'm going to treasure. And draw 2, discard 2. Well, there's a lore hold that I can't do anything with. These Anger of the Gods don't help me here. Telemachus, you've betrayed me once more by being 1 mana away! That's fine, maybe they won't see that they can turn their old growth troll into a troll and kill me. It's fine. They don't need to see it. They don't need to know about their own token. They don't need to read their own cards. Oh, or they could just play Steelleaf Champion. That's cool too! And a die. Well, I tried. I did end up, finally losing a game during this video, but hey, you have to see what happens when this does brick, right? We can't win every game. Alright, I like this hand. I'm going to keep it. The Disc Golfing Mage, are you ready to face down my Magma Opus? I'm using the Rutha sleeves because she's the one who made the Magma Opus. It is her finest creation, her finest work. Oh, I've been told that the reason why I should try to not win every game so the deck doesn't get banned. I don't think you have to worry too much about that. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze. It may make sense for me to brainstorm, just to dig here, try and find a, an out, but I can also just solve the equation for a little board wipe, and I will live 1 more turn. They'll know about the board wipe, though, which is like a weird spot to be in. Still feels like a good idea. So I'm gonna grab Anger of the Gods, put it into hand. They know about it, so they're not gonna play any creatures that die to it. Unless they forget. Sometimes I do that. I'll be like, thinking about how I maximize my damage, and then I'll just instinctively play whatever creature I can afford. Hazard's about to rain down some fire on these fools. We're gonna munch up my Magma Opus. That makes sense. Get rid of it. They know I have a plan to recast it. Feels very unlikely that, like, a deck that's running it wouldn't. Here we go. Anger of the Gods. You can exile 1 more thing. Solve the equation. Sure. I don't mind. Bye, guys. It's nice hanging. And now to protect against all of the scary hasty things. A Dwarven Mind and a Dwarf. I know I could have played blue for the, Brainstorm, but I'd rather get the Fabled Passage Brainstorm next turn, since I have way too many lands in hand. Okay, well that's a hasty thing that has trample, so this is not going to do much. Oh, but they're not attacking in. They're keeping it out of that 3 damage range. Nice. Alright, so here comes the Brainstorm. Here comes the Big Thinks. Ooh, nice, nice. I'm going to toss back the Mountain and the Triome here. There we go. And I'm going to play Sulphur Falls, and it's time for Indomitable Creativity. I'm going to turn my treasure into a dragon. Because I'm up against a creature-based deck, that's why I'm leaving this dwarf back. I think I probably should have done that in some of the other games too. Sweltering Suns doesn't do it. Solve the equation. Good to have. Vulcan Awakening and Prismari Command. I'm going to go solve the equation here, and I'm going to grab Time Warp for next turn. Because that gives me Time Warp, Mizzix Mastery, a guaranteed 2 turns in a row, unless they have Ooze to remove it from my graveyard. Okay, I don't trust like that, but I don't think it's going to kill me. Like, even if they have Embercleave here, it doesn't kill me. It just makes me very hurt. My guess is it's Stomp. Aw, and I got rid of my target for that. That's fine. I'm gonna Time Warp. I'm just gonna do it now. Reasoning. Because I can, and so I don't forget. Oh, it's Coco! Hi, Coco! Nice Ferocidon. I mean, I don't gain life in this deck. I definitely could, but I don't need to. So I'm gonna take 2 extra turns and just kill you in the air. Awesome! Great work! We win once more! And I think this has been an excellent showcase of the deck, and I hope you all enjoyed Velomizix's Indomitable Opus. Some of you are watching this live, but if you would like to watch this live, I do record Jank Tank at my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I stream every single day except for Tuesday. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a very janky day.